Welcome to Jobbed Out, the wrestling editorial that reminds you that somewhere out there, there's an indie show whose average attendance just went up in an empty arena show.
Who will survive?
So I've been monitoring this whole Wrestlemania coronavirus thing for a couple of days now, making sure to put updates in the description of my previous video, and I'll continue to do so until either the plug is pulled or the show takes place. For those not in the know, here's the paperback version.
Thousands of years ago, before the dawn of man as we knew him, there was a creature named a mother. And that is where babies come from.
Okay, now I don't need to give you the whole story of Corona, but with regards to WrestleMania week, we left off on Wednesday, March 10th with the official social media accounts for the City of Tampa, host to the festivities, assuring people that the show is moving forward. That afternoon, President and WWE Hall of Famer Donald Trump put out a public address from the White House, exercising a 30-day ban of travel between the United States and Europe. That 30 days means that it would extend beyond the date of WrestleMania, and if you've ever been to one of these shows, you know that is a pretty damn large European audience not coming in. Hell, I've made friends with Spaniards, Germans, even a Luxembourger at these shows. Hours after Trump's address, the NBA officially suspended their season after Utah Jazz player Rudy Gobert, the clown who was only a week ago making fun of the virus and making a point to touch media equipment, phones, and then other players, not only contracted the virus, but spread it to one of his teammates, Donovan Mitchell. E3 and Coachella officially canceled their plans for the year. Major League Baseball and the NHL followed suit on Thursday morning. With regards to the NHL, the last time they had to cancel a whole season for a reason that wasn't a contract dispute was in 1919 because of an outbreak. So, yeah. The XFL suspended their operations on Thursday afternoon as well. In other words, it's getting serious. To those who still say this is just a flu and we're all blowing it out of proportion, I just want to remind you that it's not the virus that's a threat to everybody, but the virus makes everybody a threat to the old and those with immune deficiencies. Anyway, that's not the point. On Thursday, the mayor of Tampa held a press conference giving advice on how to prevent spread, and about an hour and a half later, a council meeting was held to discuss upcoming events and whether to move forward. Major League Soccer and a local air fest were scrapped off the bat, the latter to take place a week before WrestleMania. When it came time for the WWE, the decision was made for the event to just move forward, but they were giving McMahon the opportunity to make contingency plans on his side before opting to pull the plug. It was also decided that the council would reconvene on March 19th to reassess the situation. Now, as I said in the last video, McMahon is not going to cancel the event if he doesn't have to, but he'd have no choice if the governing officials say no. Basically, Tampa and the WWE are playing a game of chicken here and saying, I'm not canceling it, but I'm going to give you the chance to cancel it. So I'm going to throw a hypothetical out there for you. If WrestleMania were to postpone, when would it make sense to bump the date to? Thankfully, there's actually a rather simple answer. I've been talking about it with my friends and my viewers on my Twitch stream the last couple of days, and some people have suggested October or November, which would be way too late. It's too close to next year's WrestleMania. There's August, which would be better, but SummerSlam is also a huge payday for the WWE, and if they can still get both, they will. They're closer though. So here's my proposal. The current 2020 schedule sees Money in the Bank to be held on May 10th from Baltimore. That's 5 weeks from the current WrestleMania. It's not a huge gap of time, but it is enough for most of the currently infected and the next generation of catchers to completely recover if treated properly. Weather's more suitable for a major outdoor stadium, and it seems kind of ideal. But what about Money in the Bank? The two options here are to go back to the original concept and just make it a ladder match as part of the Mania card, or, and this is the part I suggest, move it to June 14th, which would have been Backlash.
Backlash? Backlash?
In Kansas City, Missouri. That way you still have Mania while the current stories are still timely, you still have the Money in the Bank contracts in play, and you've got 3 months between WrestleMania and SummerSlam at the end of August. Actually, that's a pretty damn rare fit. As for TV in the meantime, Smackdown from Detroit was originally canceled, with word being it would be moved to a closed event at the Performance Center. The WWE quickly put out a statement saying that this was fake news, before 1 day later saying they were canceling Smackdown and moving the show to the Performance Center. This is why fans don't trust you as a news source for the thing that you yourself plan and put together. And I know you want to be the one to break the news to your own scoop, but come on. And don't think I didn't notice that you proclaimed that Corey Graves is the one that broke the news on the British Bulldog going in the Hall of Fame. Dave Meltzer announced it a month ago and you know it. Hell, I talked about it 3 weeks ago, so just be freaking honest with people. You're a publicly traded company and getting caught in these obvious lies just hurts your profit margin. Cut that shit out. Just a bit of an update to give here, as I originally recorded this piece on Friday, but decided it was a bit too doom and gloomy to do 2 coronavirus videos back to back. So on Friday, Smackdown went forward with no audience, and it was okay. Michael Cole was Michael Cole, and Triple H filled the color commentary seat, absolutely owning it with jabs at Vince McMahon and the situation at hand.
Yeah, I never saw her coming. I believe she came right through the crowd. She blended in with everybody here.
No, it wasn't ideal, and there were some clear spots where fans probably could have made it better, but with the little bit of notice they had, they made the show work. Tonight's Raw from Pittsburgh and all further televised WWE shows have been moved to the Performance Center to be done in similar fashion, and for this week, I think that's fine, but they're gonna have to change it up. Like I said, I want to see more backstage segments, maybe arguments in catering, interviews from hotel rooms, vignettes, hype packages. You have time to put these together now, so change it up. AEW has also moved its shows for this and next Wednesday into areas that aren't as highly impacted by the outbreak, including this Wednesday's show that was meant to take place in Rochester, New York. It's going to be in Jacksonville now, which is a bit of a shame, as fans have been speculating that the former Luke Harper would be making his debut in Rochester, which is his hometown. Now well, back to pre-taped, Jimmy. What was my point again? Oh, right, TV. I say we get more studio-based shows, have some promo packages, hype vids, interviews like they did in that snowed out Raw. Even some backstage segments, you can still have the wrestlers confronting each other without going in the ring. Hell, you've been training for years with this, using Total Divas and Total Bellas to create your stories. This is a great time to build some personality to your undercard, to plan out some matches and feuds for when you can put shows on again. The WWE can absolutely work with this. We're not done yet, son. Anyway, what do you think? If WrestleMania has to be moved or postponed, is this the way to go? Do you think it's still too soon, and are you gonna miss Backlash?
Backlash!
Or is this all just a moot point because Mania is gonna go forward on April 5th? Let me know in the comments. For now though, I better get my shoulders off the mat, so thank you for tuning in to Jobbed Out. I'll catch you next time.